What's going on, guys? Today we are going to do an SEO audit of the Wirecutter.com, and this is one of the biggest websites on the internet. So this isn't going to be that exhaustive of an audit, but since in the last video I was auditing another affiliate website, I figured you might as well keep it in the same theme, same realm of things, and audit this affiliate site as well, because the Wirecutter is one of the biggest affiliate websites on the internet. As you can see, it was recently acquired by the New York Times, so it's kind of a big deal. And the first thing we're going to do is, for any SEO audit, you want to get your templates, your notes in order, right? So I have this amazing template that I use, and it's you can go access it yourself. Just check out Chase Reiner's YouTube channel. He's a very talented SEO guy, has tons of great content about SEO. He put out this amazing template recently, and I've been using it for a lot of my audits. As you can see, everything's categorized into the different areas of SEO. You can just kind of go through it, say whether this issue is present or not present, and you can make really thorough notes as well. And you can also present this to the client if you want to. I mean, you can fix it up a little bit to make it more client-facing, but essentially you have all your audit notes in one place. Makes it super easy to organize things, because I know before I was kind of all over the place with my audit notes. I would do notepad files, and I still do notepad files to an extent, but with this, it just makes it easier to put everything into this template. So definitely recommend checking out his channel and giving that a look. But for this site, so as I said, affiliate website. Affiliate sites can vary. So in this case, this is a huge site. So this is close to an e-commerce site. We're actually going to sort of treat it like an e-commerce site in the sense of, it's categorized into all these different product areas, right? Or product categories. It's like it has electronics, kitchen and dining, health and fitness, all these different things that are going to have to be correctly ordered, topically speaking. Without going too much into it, you want to have a URL structure, and you want to have a site structure that is conducive to your SEO. And here I can already tell they of course have that, because this is a huge website. It's like when we click on electronics, right there, all electronics will take us to /electronics, right? All kitchen and dining will take us to kitchen and dining. And this is how your site should be. If you're doing any sort of e-commerce or affiliate stuff, you want to have this really cohesive structure like this, trickling down from the URL to, I presume this is an H1 tag, and so on and so forth. You want to make sure that everything is really clearly organized so that when Google crawls your site, they'll understand what it's about, and they'll understand the relationship among all the different pages. And that's what they're doing here. You can see it in their topical seating here, right? We have all electronics, then we have electronics / accessories. Actually, let me go down here so you can kind of see the URL down here as it shows up, because this will show you the seating, right? So all electronics, you can see down there, wirecutter.com /electronics, then we go down /electronics / accessories, then we go down one more, /electronics / audio, and so on and so forth, right? And it changes a little bit here, because I think this is, like, this one is office, so this probably goes under the office one as well. Typically you only want it underneath one category, but in this case, since there is crossover there, that makes sense. But here's the thing, this is what a lot of novices would do, or people who just aren't really factoring in SEO. I don't mean novices as an insult. What they would do is they'd create two separate pages, because they'd want to have the URLs point, electronics / printers and scanners, and then they have another one for office / printers and scanners. And what they'd end up getting is they'd end up with duplicate content. And we can check for duplicate content pretty easily by using a tool called siteliner.com. Right? It's a free tool, or at least it's free for certain things for what we're using it for. So we'll type in the wirecutter.com. I think there is a paid version of this as well. You can probably do a lot more things. Oh, I see. Is limited to scanning each site once every 30 days. So if you're doing a one-time audit, this is a good tool to use for free. Excuse me, because it's just the once every 30 days. But the nice thing here is it shows you all of your redirected pages, the duplicate content, and you can see here that there isn't a lot of duplicate content. For a site of this magnitude, 3% duplicate content is really, really good. Yeah, it has a lot of metrics here. For the sake of this, I'm going to look at the duplicate content, and here it is. So SiteLiner lays out all the duplicate pages for us, taking out all the guesswork, which is awesome. And it shows you the amount of words that match, and the percentage, and the number of pages that are being matched. Right? So here's 24 match pages under Home and Garden. And I think the issue here is that all of the subcategories underneath Home and Garden are probably super similar. Same with electronics, same with all these higher level pages. Right? You're going to have a lot of duplicate subpages just because that's the nature of this kind of site. You want to make them as differentiated as possible when you're writing out these pages. But that overlap is going to happen, and that's something you got to be mindful of. But what we can do with this tool, which is really nice, is you click on the link here, and you actually see the page. Oops. You can actually see the page where this is on, and you can see it's color coded. And the reason it's color coded is because it's showing us the instances of duplicate content. And so we can see that the pink, I wish you could expand this, but you can see that the pink lettering here corresponds to this, right? 326 matching words shown. And same thing here. Now these are different colors because SiteLiner is just trying to differentiate the content for us so we can kind of see, you know, the different areas. But you can already tell that, oh, these excerpts are being repeated for sure. You can click on any of these. Let's click on the 326 one. So this is apparently matching from this link right here. So let's see. Yeah, so this has 1,109 matching words. So this is supposed to be a sub-page of the Home and Garden page. But when we look at it, you can already tell that there's quite a bit of overlap, right? And this page actually is, they should add content to this page anyway because it doesn't have a lot of content on it, but I think you get the idea, right? You can see that Home and Garden shares a lot of match words with this furniture page. And so these are the kind of things that you want to go through. And on a big site like this, it could take some time. But you really want to go through them and try to differentiate the content as best as possible. I know that's difficult, especially when you're dealing with, say you run a services business and you have different locations, different offices, or you service different areas. That can be really difficult because you're providing essentially the same consulting services, but just in this different city, right? But you're trying to rank in those multiple cities, so you end up repeating yourself, and it can be kind of tricky. So you just have to do your best to try to mix the words up a bit and try to make them unique as best you can. It can be a pain, and it can take some time to do, but your rankings you will be rewarded with better rankings if you can manage to do that consistently. Anyway, typically when I start an audit, I look at the homepage. As I said in the last video, the homepage is the main page of your site, clearly, and it's the easiest place to start and sort of start identifying things. So guess we're still not on the homepage. There's the homepage. So I'll open up Moz Bar, which is a free Google Chrome extension. You just have to create a Moz account for free. But I totally recommend it. This is a super nice tool, and it shows you a lot of stuff here, which you could find on your own if you did like a view page source. You could find the H1s, but this is just nice because it lists it all very clearly for us. And we can see there's no H1 on the home page, so that would be a note that you'd want to take. I believe I even have it in here somewhere. Maybe not. Anyway, that could be a good note to take. So you could, throw out open up a notepad file, say need H1 heading on homepage, yada yada. And we can also see that there's no schema markup, which is kind of surprising. Let's check the structured data testing tool to confirm that. That would be a little surprising, though. One thing you'll find with a lot of the big sites like this, they'll get to a point where they're just so large and they're ranking for all sorts of stuff just based on being them, that they kind of let their SEO slide a little bit, which, I mean, they can get away with that, but it's not, things can get really messy really quickly. You can end up with lots of broken links. You can end up with lots of duplicate pages. Good SEO is always important for a website of any size, in my opinion. So we can see here that they do have website schema, which is interesting. I would expect they'd have organization schema, or maybe some other type of schema that's more accurate to what they do. To I think there might be like review site schema. I know there's review schema, but there might be something for review sites like this. Anyway, that's something we could look into. So we'd want to make a note and say, look into schema markup options and so forth. The thing that's really nice about this homepage is it lays out all the categories for the site. So like I said, categorizing your site, making it a clear structure is super important for Google. Here they do that. They lay it all out. But it's not just listing things. Because you don't want to just list things. You want to actually have some content here. And they do have content here. They have little blurbs. I'm guessing that these are blurbs from the actual articles themselves. You could have some duplicate content that way, but this is so short, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yeah, this layout is really nice. So they have plenty of content on their homepage because of that. And then they have some site links down here. So they could even add, back to the schema markup thing, they could add site navigation element schema to their page. I mean, oops, hey Roger. Site navigation element, you list your site navigations basically, and it gives Google a better sense of how your site's structured, and it can also help you get those site link things, although doesn't guarantee you'll get them, but it can help. Anyway, that was a little brief audit here. Very, very surface level audit. I would do a much more thorough one if I had more time. But I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what a big affiliate site like this is like, and kind of go more into depth from the last video where we talked about affiliate stuff. So anyway, that's it. Have any questions, leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, and I will see you next time.